interest is working on mycobacteria, particularly Mycobacterium paratuberculosis, which causes enteric diseases, an enteric disease in cattle, specifically called Johne's disease, but is also associated with a human disease, Crohn's disease, in humans, which we think is also caused by this organism. And my specialist work is at the moment looking at vaccines that might be able to treat that disease. I think it has to be the internet. The internet changed my life completely. I remember before we used to not have the internet, and now we have the internet. It has completely changed the way we do things. Our communications, particularly in science, is massively increased by being able to instantly see what is going on around the world, to be able to talk to other scientists, to be able to discuss even on the web what you're doing immediately as you're doing it. So I would say the communication in science is one of the biggest innovations that was done, and this is, internet is 100% number one in my opinion. My own personal opinion about this is the way that knowledge is transferred. I think knowledge can be used in many different manners, and the large amounts of data that is available now needs to be mined correctly. It's very important to actually look and ask the right questions before you actually decide on how you're going to deal with large databases. Large databases, because they're so large in data, sometimes are very difficult to get specific answers out of. If you ask a general question, you are guaranteed to get a general answer. In science, it's sometimes better to think about very carefully about what question you want to ask and what kind of answer you expect to get. And then you will be able to use large databases much better and interrogate them better. So the important thing is to decide what question you are asking. To decide what question you want to ask means to ask small questions as many times as possible. And those, I think, are the most important things of being able to do that. I don't think that people nowadays have so much access to so much data that they don't think about the questions that they want to ask as well as they used to. In my opinion, science always needs to drive human progress. It's a philosophical question in what is human progress? What are we aiming to provide by our science? Are we aiming to provide a better society? Are we aiming to provide longer life? Are we aiming to provide a better way to actually enjoy that life? And can we do that? And I think science can quite easily do this if we have good goals and if we play with each other in a manner which we use science to better our philosophy of life. If we use science to decrease our philosophy of life, which I would assume is more towards the negative things in life, like war, I would agree that science itself is not worth the effort. I think invention of negative ideas has held humans back, and that people should think about what they want to achieve from science, which direction we should go, why we should want to have better things, and is it better, before they actually start going down that line. It's not a matter of just saying, let's look at it just for the sake of it. For example, let's look and devise a new bacteria just because we can isn't necessarily a good idea. Devising a new weapon just because we can is definitely not a good idea. Devising a new method of looking after people and making them more healthy is a good idea, in my opinion, and should be the way that science can help and drive human progress together.